What kinds of bills do you have to pay? I have several regular bills to manage each month. These include my rent, which is my largest expense, utilities like electricity and water, and my mobile phone plan. I also pay for internet service at home, which has become essential for work and staying connected.
How do you usually pay your bills, in cash or by another method? Why? I prefer to pay my bills electronically, mainly through online banking and direct debits. This method is far more convenient and time-efficient than using cash. It allows me to schedule payments in advance, ensuring I never miss a due date. Moreover, electronic payments provide a clear digital trail, making it easier to track my expenses and budget effectively. I find this particularly helpful when it comes to managing my finances.
Have you ever forgotten to pay a bill? Why not? Fortunately, I've rarely forgotten to pay a bill, primarily because I've set up automatic payments for most of my regular expenses. However, I recall one instance when I overlooked a utility bill that wasn't on autopay. It slipped my mind during a particularly hectic work period. Since then, I've become more vigilant about checking for any paper bills and have set reminders on my phone for those few payments that aren't automate.
Is there anything you could do to make your bills cheaper? Why not? Yes, I believe there are several strategies I could employ to reduce my bills. For instance, I could be more mindful of my energy consumption by using energy-efficient appliances and turning off lights when not in use. This would help lower my electricity bills. Additionally, I could shop around for better deals on my phone and internet plans, as providers often have competitive offers for new customers. Regarding entertainment,
Describe some food or drink that you learned to prepare. You should say what food or drink you learned to prepare, when and where you learned to prepare this, how you learned to prepare this.
I'd like to tell you about how I learned to prepare pho, which is a traditional Vietnamese noodle soup. Pho is a beloved dish in Vietnam, consisting of a flavorful broth, rice noodles, herbs, and meat, typically beef or chicken. It's often considered Vietnam's national dish and is enjoyed for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I learned to prepare pho about 2 years ago when I was living with my grandmother in Dong Thap. She's an excellent cook and has been making pho for decades, so I felt fortunate to learn from her expertise. The learning process took place over several weekends in her small but well-equipped kitchen. She taught me step by step, starting with how to make the broth, which is the soul of the dish. We'd wake up early to simmer beef bones and spices like cinnamon, star anise, and cloves for hours to create a rich, aromatic base. My grandmother showed me how to prepare the rice noodles properly and slice the meat thinly. She also taught me about the importance of fresh herbs and garnishes like Thai basil, cilantro, and bean sprouts, which add brightness and texture to the soup. One of the most challenging aspects was learning to balance the flavors. Learning to make pho was not just about following a recipe, but about understanding the cultural significance of the dish and the patience required to create something truly delicious. It was a wand.
Young people and cooking. Example questions. 1. What kinds of things can children learn to cook? Sample answer. Well, I believe there's quite a range of simple dishes that children can start with to build their culinary skills. For instance, preparing instant noodles is often a good starting point, as it's relatively straightforward and teaches them basic kitchen safety. As they progress, they might move on to frying eggs, which introduces them to using the stove and timing their cooking. Boiling vegetables is another excellent skill for children to learn, as it's not only easy, but also promotes healthy eating habits. I think it's crucial for children to learn these basic cooking skills as they foster independence and lay the groundwork for more advanced culinary abilities later in life.
To learn to cook? Sample answer, absolutely. I believe it's paramount for children to acquire cooking skills. There are multiple reasons for this. Firstly, cooking is a fundamental life skill that promotes self-sufficiency. As children grow older, being able to prepare their own meals will serve them well, especially when they move out or go to university. Secondly, learning to cook can be an excellent way to understand nutrition and make healthier food choices. When children are involved.
3. Do you think young people should learn to cook at home or at school? Sample answer. In my opinion, the ideal scenario would be for young people to learn cooking both at home and at school, as each environment offers unique benefits. At home, cooking can be a bonding experience with family members, where traditional recipes and cultural practices are passed down through generations. It's also a more relaxed setting where children can experiment and make mistakes without fear of judgment. On the other hand, learning to cook at school provides a structured environment with professional guidance. Schools can ensure that all students, regardless of their home situation, have access to basic cooking knowledge and can teach important aspects like food hygiene and nutrition in a systematic way. Moreover, cooking classes at school can expose students to a wider variety of cuisines and techniques than they might encounter at home. By combining both home and school learning, young people can develop a well-rounded set of culinary skills.
Working as a chef. Example questions. 4. How enjoyable do you think it would be to work as a professional chef? Sample answer. Working as a professional chef would, I imagine, be a double-edged sword in terms of enjoyment. On one hand, for those passionate about culinary arts, it could be immensely satisfying. There's a creative aspect to developing new dishes and menus, and the immediate feedback from satisfied customers could be really rewarding. Additionally, the dynamic nature of a kitchen environment, with its fast pace and teamwork, could be exhilarating for many. However, it's important to acknowledge the challenging aspects too. The hours can be long and unsociable, often working when others are enjoying their leisure time. The work is physically demanding, requiring stamina to stand for long periods in hot kitchens. There's also considerable pressure to maintain consistently high standards, especially in high-end restaurants. So, while it could be highly enjoyable for those who thrive under pressure and have a genuine passion for food, it's certainly not a career path suited to everyone.
5. What skills does a person need to be a great chef? Sample answer. To be a great chef, I believe a person needs a diverse set of skills that go beyond just cooking ability. Firstly, creativity is essential. Top chefs need to innovate and create unique dishes that stand out in a competitive industry. Secondly, a keen palate and deep understanding of flavors and ingredients is, of course, fundamental. Additionally, adaptability is key, as chefs often need to modify dishes for dietary requirements or deal with unexpected situations. Lastly, I'd say resilience is necessary to withstand the physical demands and high-pressure nature of the job. It's a profession that requires a unique blend of artistic flair and practical skills.
6. How much influence do celebrity TV chefs have on what ordinary people cook? Sample answer. I believe celebrity and TV chefs wield considerable influence over the cooking habits of ordinary people, though the extent can vary. These culinary personalities often act as trendsetters, introducing new ingredients, techniques, or cuisines to a wide audience. When a celebrity chef features a particular dish or ingredient on their show, it's not uncommon to see a surge in its popularity, with supermarkets reporting increased sales of those items. Moreover, these chefs often simplify complex recipes, making them more accessible to home cooks and thereby encouraging people to try new things in their kitchens. Their influence extends beyond just recipes, though. Many celebrity chefs advocate for certain eating habits, like using locally sourced ingredients or adopting healthier cooking methods, which can shape public attitudes towards food. However, it's worth noting that the impact isn't universal. Some people might be inspired to replicate elaborate dishes, while others might just enjoy watching the shows without changing their cooking habits. Additionally, in the age of social media, food bloggers and influencers are also playing an increasingly significant role in shaping cooking trends, somewhat diluting the impact of traditional TV chefs